Hey y'all, so I wanted to make a video on a background story of CJ the Shooter because I never imagined that I'd have a page just for pictures and videos I've taken of basketball. You know, never. I could tell you I never ever imagined that because I've always wanted to work in sport and music, but the camera was just convenient for me. So I want to start off by saying I'm not a photographer and I don't consider myself a photographer. It's a hobby for me, really, and it's something that I happen to be pretty decent at, but it's not something where I want to start comparing myself to other popular photographers in the basketball world, or like I'm looking at other people's shots and feeling like, damn, why don't I get love? And I don't really care about that. I'm not here to play the comparison game and care about going viral or care about fucking Mikey reposting my stuff, Sharif Cooper reposting it. That's not what I'm doing this for. It's literally something I enjoy to do and I want to keep it at that. And what the opportunities that could come from that, from what I actually wanted to do, is what I'm seeking. So I'll start off by saying that I bought a camera so that I could create content easily when I had a blog. So the issue I found back then was that whenever I'd go to an event, whenever I'd want to make, you know, videos for YouTube or, you know, recap something, I would reach out to a photographer, a videographer, and literally everyone, like, it ended up being a flop. So now I'm going to these showcases I want to talk about for my blog so I could create original content, and nobody is coming through for me on the photography side. So I'm like, I gotta invest into getting a camera. So I actually got an older Nikon, however you want to say it, from a friend of mine in 2014. That was like, she gave it to me for a pretty good price. So that's really where I started playing around with taking pictures and learning more about DSLR cameras, the lenses, the editing, and all that fun stuff. But I believe, as somebody that wants to work in marketing, somebody that wants to work with athletes and artists, it's very important for me to have my own camera for my own accessibility so I can make content whenever I want to make it. I'm not waiting for someone else. And in the long run, I'm cutting costs by doing this. So I believe anyone, whether you are a stylist, whether you are a fashion designer, whether you are a producer, whatever it is that you do or create, it's important to have your own equipment as well, just because you can really be set back when you're waiting for other people. So that's a little background of why I bought a camera. My background is actually in marketing. So for the past, since I was in high school, that's when I was like, I need to pursue marketing. That's what I want to do. Always knew I wanted to do sports marketing and music marketing and combining the two together. So it became a little, it's tough here in Toronto a little bit to really find a good solid marketing job in those industries especially. So I really had to just start my own agency called Creative Engage. So the long-term goal for that is to be able to work with athletes, to artists as well, but I'm just gonna focus on athletes right now since this is a basketball page, well, sports page. But it's I want to be able to help athletes create opportunities outside of the game, because, you know, you're not going to play forever, but I really want to help athletes, you know, build their brand and tap into their passions to create money on and off the field. So that is really why I started taking well, actually, you know what, taking pictures was this was an accident completely. So the backstory on that is how I started taking basketball photos. In 2016, I had gone to the Jordan Brand Classic. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but basically I was supposed to get a media pass for the Jordan Brand Classic at the Barclays Center at that time. And it ended up falling through for me. So I was very upset because I got a very specific lens to shoot this game, because I was like, I'm going to be in an arena. I noticed with the camera, the older camera I had, the shutter was a little slow. So I'm like, I'm going to need another lens to take this. So, you know, all of that, I did all of that just to not be able to take pictures at the Jordan Brand Classic. So I was pretty livid about that. And luckily I got to bump into Coach Tony Mack, who coaches Bounce, and which is an AAU team from Canada, Toronto, Canada, Brampton, whatever you want to say, that really has made a mark in the AAU circuit for Nike EYBL. So they're really like the first Canadian team in the AAU circuit. So I already knew who he was, and recently, I followed him for a while, but he had recently also started following me. So, you know, I just made the introduction in person, and it's always nice bumping into somebody from your home turf somewhere else. So, you know, I kind of gave him a brief on what happened, and then he told me about Nike EYBL happening that weekend. And honestly, if it wasn't for him, I probably would have seen the schedule a little late, like browsing on Twitter and seeing that Nike EYBL was happening in Brooklyn that weekend. So that should change my life, literally, because I didn't even think of this. Like, it never ever crossed my mind that I would be pretty good at taking these shots. Obviously, practice makes perfect, consistency makes perfect, but I went to EYBL and I honestly was there until the very last game. I went like, when did I went the Saturday and Sunday, so I went both days till the very end. What was it? I think it was a Saturday that I got there like sometime like 4 or 5, but I was just in such a happy space, a happy element, and, you know, I'm just smiling. You know, I don't have a pass really, but I'm just walking around, I'm taking pictures. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, really. I'm just using this big ass lens to take these shots, and, you know, to just being in that gym, just seeing some of the top college coaches there too, I was really taken aback, to be honest, because I was not prepared for that. I was like, I'm just gonna go take some shots, watch some basketball, and enjoy my time, whatever. Obviously, I've always known of Nike EYBL, but that was really the first time I got to experience that, and I was like, I need to make my way here every year moving forward. Unfortunately, I had to miss 2017, 2018, but that's a story for another day. But when I got back home to Toronto, because I don't have a laptop, I still do not have a laptop to do this. I go use somebody else. I use my brother's for a bit, and then I've been going to the library. I use my phone to edit, so it's a lot. But I came back and I uploaded the pictures, and I was like, what? I took that? I was pretty impressed. I edited them, and then I was like, I took some dope shots, and that's when I really learned that the lens makes a difference, because that camera Nikon I had was made in 2005, and this was 2016, so it was an older camera. So just I uploaded them on Twitter, and I got some really good feedback. Coaches, even D1 circuit, followed me and asked if I could work with them, but unfortunately I wasn't prepared to take that opportunity because of life. I just wasn't expecting that feedback either. So really from that, like, you know, some players following me, or just like, you know, people giving me that look was really like, made me be like, wow, I could use this as a way to break into the sports industry, the basketball industry, because I mean, if I do go to some football games, high school, college, whatever, but college, I mean, that's gonna be tough, but if I happen to catch some football games, I'm gonna take pictures there as well, you know. Those are the two sports that I really pay attention to. But with basketball, I definitely just see a whole, like, I could tap into so much from that. What I like the most about having a camera is I can go, I can go, I could be watching a game. I like, you know, someone's really going off. I take a couple pictures of them. I'm not familiar with them yet though. So then from those pictures, I figure out who they are just by searching around, seeing the number on their jersey if I don't have a booklet of all the teams and rosters and stuff. But that's just how I look at it. Kind of, you know, at the snap of my fingers, I can write this report. I don't know if I could ever really do a scouting report for real, but I could, you know, talk about this player and what I saw from that player just at the snap of my finger. I don't have to go scrambling online to find the photo or find who that is because I don't remember the number, this. So, and I get to see these players play with my own eyes without any bias, because some of these publications really love posting popular people, but just because they get them looks, clicks, whatever. So it's nice actually going to a game and seeing somebody stand out on with your own two eyes before anything else. So that went on longer than I thought. So that is really why CJ the Shooter, I made it because, oh my gosh, this was a long ass video. So the reason I decided to make a separate page from my Instagram, Itsy Jolie, which is temporarily deactivated, is because I knew I was gonna have a swarm of photos from Nike EYBL or anything else I decided to attend in you know, the next coming months. So I went to Dallas for session 3. I got like 400 pictures, and I'm not gonna put 400 pictures on my C. Jolie page, so I had to make another page. I made that April 25th. Followers counting up, and I just, you know, hope to get more shots and more stuff for you guys, and I hope you guys follow my journey. I'm not a photographer. I'm not here to take away anything from photographers who want to do campaigns with their photography, this and so on and so forth. This is just for me to be able to create content and create an opportunity for myself for what I really want to do with my career. So thank you guys for following me, and just share my work. Hit me up if you're an athlete that wants the marketing down the line. I'm here, phone call away. We can grow together. But yeah, that's it.